Good morning and good afternoon to everyone connected from Italy and Vietnam. Welcome to this launching event of the CDP business matching platform in Vietnam. My name is Laurent Franciosi. I'm the head of the International Development Department at Cassa Depositi e Prestiti, CDP, the national financial institution that supports the sustainable and inclusive development in the public and private sectors at national and international level. I'm glad to welcome Italian and Vietnamese entrepreneurs connected today on the business matching platform, the innovative tool developed by CDP with the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and CIMEST. Today we are particularly pleased to launch the platform in Vietnam, Italy's strategic partner in Southeast Asia, with the aim to further deepen the economic and commercial ties between our countries. I leave the floor to Carlotta Giarola, who will moderate the further panels to know more on this event and the related partners.
Thank you. Good morning and good afternoon to everyone. We have a rich agenda today with several guests joining us from Italy and Vietnam, representing the institutions and the partners supporting this initiative. The Italian Embassy in Hanoi, the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Confindustria, CIMEST, the Italian Trade Agency, and the Italian Chamber of Commerce in Vietnam. We'll hear from our different speakers the challenges of internationalization and export processes, as well as you will be introduced to some of the most accessible financial and advisory tools that are built to support the entrepreneurial development at international level. I would like to remind you that the event is being broadcast both in English and Vietnamese, so you can choose the language by clicking on the Change Language button on the bottom right of your screen.
And do not forget that following the event, we will be holding B2B meetings on our matching platform among Italian and Vietnamese companies that are participating in the webinar. Now, we would like to officially open the event by welcoming the Director of European and International Affairs of CDP and President of CIMEST, Mr. Pasquale Salzano, for the opening remarks. Buongiorno, Presidente. The floor is yours.
Good morning and good afternoon to everyone connected from Italy and Vietnam. First of all, let me thank Ambassador Della Seta, Caro Marco, and the staff of the Italian Embassy in Hanoi for their precious support in organizing this initiative dedicated to the Vietnamese market. In the present complex and uncertain context, we at Cassa Depositi e Prestiti are strongly committed to fostering the internationalization and the export processes as key drivers for sustaining the growth of Italian companies, in particular small and medium-sized enterprises, which are the backbone of our economy. Vietnam is Italy's key partner in the ASEAN region, and this year represents a very special moment for Italy and Vietnam. 2023 marks the 50th anniversary of the diplomatic relations between our countries, and 10 years of strategic partnership between Vietnam and Italy. Our relationship is strongly rooted in history, as Italian President Sergio Mattarella said during the recent visit to Italy in July by Vietnamese President Vo Van Thuong. In these 50 years, bilateral ties have developed and gotten stronger in all fields, both in the context of bilateral and multilateral cooperation. Vietnam represents Italy's main trading partner among ASEAN countries, and we are working to further strengthen our economic and commercial relations. In this regard, we are sure that thanks to the financial and advisory support provided by CDP Group, both nationally and internationally, with tangible work we could contribute to the growth of Italy-Vietnam economic cooperation. In particular, today we are presenting to all the connected companies the CDP Business Matching Platform. This is the innovative digital tool jointly developed by Cassa Depositi e Prestiti, CIMEST, and the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, with the aim of facilitating trade exchanges and economic ties between Italian and foreign companies, including, of course, Vietnamese businesses. The platform will allow Italian and Vietnamese companies to build business relationships, leveraging on our support and a list of selected enterprises from all industries. Since its launch in November 2021, we have seen encouraging results, with more than 5,500 companies, of which 40% are foreign, already registered on the platform. We look forward to working together closely with our Vietnamese friends, and we hope that many businesses will benefit from the CDP business matching platform. I thank you all for your attention, and I wish you a fruitful discussion.
Thank you, President Salzano, for having reminded us that this here represents a key moment for Italy-Vietnam relationship. And today's event offers a great opportunity to strengthen and reinforce it. Now, I'm very pleased to give the floor to Ambassador of Italy in Vietnam, Marco Della Seta. Please, Ambassador, live from Hanoi, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. I want to say, to greet Mr. Nguyen Quang Vinh, Vice Executive President of Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Of course, my colleague and friend Pasquale Salzano, Director of European and International Affairs of Cassa Depositi e Prestiti and President of CIMEST, and Mrs. Barbara Beltrame Giacomello, Vice President of Confindustria, business representatives, and all the distinguished guests. I have only been recently appointed as ambassador to Vietnam, but the overall picture of the Italian-Vietnamese relationships is already very clear to me. The political bilateral relations are, I must say, very satisfying. 2023, as it has already been said, marks the 50th anniversary of diplomatic relations between the two countries, and the 10th anniversary of the signing of the strategic partnership between our two countries. High-level visits confirm the excellent state of our relations, and they reach an apex with the state visit of Vietnamese President Vu Van Truong last July. He met President Sergio Mattarella and Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. If the political dialogue is excellent, so is our economic relationship. The Italian investment stock in Vietnam is above 1 billion euros. In 2022, our bilateral trade reached an all-time height with 6.2 billion euros. Italy represents the second EU supplier of Vietnam, and Vietnam is the first ASEAN economic partner of Italy. Moreover, the Europe-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement provides the legal framework for further increasing these figures. From the Vietnamese side, I recorded a genuine interest in doing business with Italy because of the high standards of Italian technology and goods, and the fact that both economies share a high number of small and medium enterprises. Well, in this context, VCCI, the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry, is the ideal partner. Thanks to its large membership and its network of offices spread through the whole country, VCCI can support our companies in reaching out to the private sector in Vietnam. I'm glad VCCI engaged with CDP in joining today's initiative and presenting this innovative platform dedicated to the Vietnamese market. The CDP digital business matching platform is, in my view, a new tool aimed at providing a faster, easier, and less cost-burdening approach to the Vietnamese market. The platform will benefit mostly small and medium enterprises, less experienced in approaching of foreign markets. It thus becomes the first step in the process of matchmaking. This instrument will also be beneficial to the overall strategy of supporting business between Italy and Vietnam. I'm talking of our policy to support companies. The embassy in Hanoi does so together with the General Consulate in Ho Chi Minh City, the Italian Trade Agency, the Italian Chamber of Commerce in Vietnam, and SACE, our export credit agency. I am happy to see that both ICE, the Italian trade agency, and the Chamber are joining us today. To conclude on a personal note, I would like to thank very much the organizers for today's event, because it offers me the opportunity as new ambassador in Hanoi to connect with business stakeholders interested in doing business, both in Vietnam and in Italy. So I'm happy to leave the floor to the next speaker, to Mr. Nguyen Quang Vinh, Vice Executive President of the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ambassador de la Seta, and all the best for your new assignment. We would like to express our gratitude to you and to all the embassy staff for the precious support in organizing and promoting this event. And now let's open the first panel, Perspectives of Industrial Cooperation between Italy and Vietnam. To speak of industrial cooperation, innovation, and trade between Italy and Vietnam, allow me to welcome the Vice Executive President of the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Nguyen Quang Vinh. We're really honored to have you with us today. The Vice President will give us a picture of the Vietnam economic framework and of the support that VCCI could provide to boost the cooperation between our countries. Please, Vice President, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you for your very, very nice introduction. And thank you, the Ambassador. And good afternoon from Vietnam. Dear Mr. Maglo de la Seta, the Italian Ambassador to Vietnam, Madame Barbara Bentrem-Gianomelo, Vice Chairwoman of Confindustria, Mr. Riccardo Honorati Beraci, Head of the National System Initiative, CDP, Business Connectivity Platform Coordinator, Mr. Fabio De Silis, Director of the Italian Sales Office in Ho Chi Minh City, Mr. Michel De Rolle, the President of the Italian Chamber of Commerce in Vietnam, ICHAM. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the behalf of Vietnam business community, I would like to express my sincere thanks to the Embassy of Italy and to the Confindustria and the Italian colleagues for collaborating with BCCI to arrange this event. I firmly believe that the launch of the CDP business matching will boost the cooperation between the two nations, support businesses in both countries to acquire market information and find trustworthy partners. As you all may know that the relationship between Vietnam and Italy has flourished over the last 5 decades. And with diplomacy, trade, and investment all contributing positively. I'm delighted with the trade cooperation between our two countries, with import-export turnover expected to reach $6.2 billion in 2022, up to 11% compared to 2021. This year, Vietnam's export to Italy are estimated to reach $4.4 billion, up to 14% from the previous years. Italy has always prioritized its relationship with Vietnam, with both countries sharing the many commonalities, including family value, cuisine, culture, and economic structure, with many small and medium enterprises. The economies of the two countries are also similar and complementary in terms of goods and products. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Italian government for creating favorable conditions for the Vietnamese community currently residing and working in Italy. Vietnam is a member of country of ASEAN Economic Community, AIC, with over 600 million people located in an area of rapid economic development with a GDP scale of 2,800 billion of US dollar. Meanwhile, Italy is currently Vietnam's third largest trading partner in the European Union, second only to the Netherlands and Germany. Vietnam is also participated in 15 bilateral and multilateral FTAs with a market region worldwide, making it an attractive market for investors. The EVFTA agreement, after 2 years of implementation, has significantly contributed to promoting Vietnam export to partner markets. Vietnam is also continuously improving its institution and investment business environment to create most favorable conditions for foreign investors, including Italy. The CDP business matching is an essential highlight in promoting economic cooperation between Italy and Vietnam, connecting to our economies, to culture, and to community of entrepreneurship. This platform is only a bridge between the two countries, but also an opportunity for cooperation and sustainable development. I'm pleased to see that our event has captured the attention of business community from both sides, which demonstrates that Vietnam and Italy are increasingly becoming potential attractive markets for each other. I hope that through this event, Vietnamese and Italian businesses will actively connect and find new areas and opportunity for cooperation and reliable partner to further strengthen the good relationship between our two countries. BCCI is always committed to bring a bridge between businesses from both sides, supporting Italian businesses in the development and long-term cooperation between the business community of our two countries. Thank you very much for your attention, and I wish you all good health, happiness, and success.
Thank you very much, Vice President. We are very grateful to you for accepting the invitation to join this event. As you said, WCCI is committed to being a bridge between the businesses from Italy and Vietnam. We are sure that also thanks to the CDP business matching platform, several new cooperation opportunities will open up for our companies. And now we would like to hear the point of view of Barbara Beltrame Giacomello, Vice President for Internationalization of Confindustria. Vice President Beltrame, what are the main links for collaboration between Italian and Vietnamese companies today, and what kind of support can Confindustria provide for the companies? Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, and good morning and good afternoon, everyone. First, I would like to thank Mr. Salzano for the invitation to take part in this meeting on the opportunities of collaboration for Italian and Vietnamese companies. And I would like to extend my greeting to the Ambassador Dalla Stella, to the Vice President of the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I hope to spelling right, Mr. Nguyen. And to all the speakers and Italian Vietnamese companies who are here today. So let me briefly introduce Confindustria to our Vietnamese business representative. Confindustria is the main association representing manufacturing and service companies in Italy with a membership of more than 150,000 companies of all sizes and more than 5 million employees. Our strength is based on a network of more than 220 territorial and sectorial associations operating the main industry sector like machinery, infrastructure, automotive, just to name some. Our companies have a strong international and export-oriented vocation, And this is an element of strength that they have in common with the Vietnamese company and a necessary tool to face the geoeconomic and geopolitical challenges of times. Italy and Vietnamese are linked by a strategic economy and industrial partnership, and I believe that in many areas they can be even more complementary. Our economy have a common industry structure, as I said, the Vice President. Both have an industrial system made of 90% of small and medium enterprises, and many of them are based on family-run business. Also, many Italian companies are already cooperating to boost the industrialization processes of Vietnam with a direct commit on sustainable development. All these companies represent brands well recognized in the country for their quality production and technology. Fruitful investments have been done in the last year in a common strategic industry sector, such as infrastructure, railways, and energy. But Italian companies have also a growing interest in Vietnam nation, ongoing project of many other key industrial sectors. So this solid relationship has been built very carefully. Despite the slowdown during the pandemic, today we look forward with conscious to a new growth in the bilateral trade after the record of 6 billion euros in 2022. So today, Vietnamese is our first commercial partner among ASEAN countries, the first country of origin of our import from area, and the fifth destination market for Italian export in the same area. So this is a milestone of this dialogue is EU-Vietnamese free trade agreement that was strongly supported by Confindustria. The agreement has given unprecedented boost to bilateral relations. And we also welcome the effort of the Vietnamese government to improve the bilateral environmental for foreign investors with new regulations. So, the road towards more intense relation between our countries has already been traced. And the goal is to understand where Italian and Vietnamese companies can develop new winning synergy. Focusing on strategic sector, a greater Italia presence can make the greatest contribution not only in the field of infrastructure, railways, and energy, but also in the sectors such pharmaceutical, chemicals, automotive, machinery, and advanced manufacture. Recently, we carried out a study on the growth margin of Italian machinery and capital goods in the main advanced emerging markets. And according to the report that is called Ingenium, the Italian machinery export is worth 28 billion euros, but there are a further 60 billion euros of export potential. Among the emerging countries, Vietnam could consolidate its position on the first market within the Asian area and also as a destination for the part of this exploitable potential of our advanced manufacturing. We are talking about machinery, woods, paper, equipment, and packaging, natural stone, and many others. Also, we are talking about tools, robots, sophisticated high-tech machinery, well known for the reliability, precision, and technological innovation. So in the current scenario, I believe that this sector can really ensure the resilience of our bilateral exchange. It can really be a catalyst for the rapid growth of all other national strategic sectors. So I'd like to conclude by thanking again CDP for the organization of this event and by inviting the entrepreneurs to make the most of this moment to acquire as much as possible in order to carry on projects and investment. And in the past year, Confindustria has organized several business initiatives with Vietnam, cooperating with the local organization like the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Finally, I'm glad to say that today's meeting can be considered as a further step to strengthen relations between our market and in favor of Italian and Vietnamese companies. So thank you very much and have a nice meeting again.
Thank you very much to you, Vice President Beltrame, and to Confindustria, one of the main CDP partners in all the initiatives dedicated to the CDP business matching platform and to the export and internationalization processes. Arrivederci, goodbye. Now we turn our attention to the CDP business matching platform. The next panel is focused on this innovative tool to develop trade relations between Italy and Vietnam. Allow me to introduce Riccardo Onorati Bianchi, Head of Country System Initiatives at CDP, to present our business matching platform and its benefits for the businesses. Buongiorno, Riccardo. Please, the floor is yours.
Buongiorno, grazie Carlotta. Thank you very much, Carlotta. And good morning and good afternoon, everyone connected from Italy and Vietnam. My name is Riccardo Onorati Bianchi, Head of Country System Initiative at Cassa Depositi e Prestiti. And I'm very pleased to welcome the Italian and Vietnamese companies connected today on the CDP business matching platform, which I have the honor to manage and coordinate. Thanks to our platform, we are sure that we could contribute to further deepen the economic and commercial ties between Italy and Vietnam, one of the most important countries in the ASEAN region for the Italian export, and where Made in Italy is certainly considered a factor of great importance and also as a synonymous of high quality in different manufacturing sectors. So now, before leaving the floor to the other speakers, let me share with you some brief information about the CDP business matching platform that hosts today webinars and the following B2B meetings among Italian and Vietnamese companies. So, in the next slide, you can see that the platform is an innovative tool developed by CDP, as we already listened, in participation with CIMEST and the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, aimed to strengthen trade relations between Italian and foreign companies. The tool objective is so to create new business opportunities with foreign companies from important countries as Vietnam. For this reason, today I'm very pleased we had the chance to organize this important event with around 200 participants, so I'm very happy with this. And the tool has been developed by CDP and CIMEST and allows companies to meet, to share business intention, to have new commercial partnership. You can see in this slide that we launched the platform in November 2021, and during 2022, we activated the service on the most relevant countries for Italian export, and at the same time in the more complex and the faraway countries, starting from India, and then Japan, China, Indonesia, Mexico, and all the other countries. And now, today, we are really pleased to activate the tools also in Vietnam. I really hope that the digital platform will be more and more used by the Vietnamese business community. Also, thanks to further events that we hope to organize with our important partners, and in particular with the fundamental support of VCCI, the Vietnamese Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The platform has been built on three main pillars: the database, fed by Italian and foreign companies interested in business matching, the matchmaking system, where the algorithm proposes B2B matches evaluating the affinity among registered companies, and then the virtual networking system that allows companies to use the platform to organize and attend B2B meetings or digital events, business forum, webinars, such as today. The companies register on the platform, define their business intention, and submit their request to meet new Italian or foreign company. The algorithm runs every day and matches companies based on their request and their profiles. If companies accept the match proposed by the system, they can easily schedule a B2B meeting in a virtual room within the platform. Let me say that the registration process is easy. All companies can enter in the website of the platform and click on the green button, I'm a foreign company, to register. Enter an email address that use regularly and request a verification code to enter in. Once verified, enter your password and complete the required fields. And then you can also enter your company's key information. For example, you can indicate the sector of operation of your company, the size, the business intention of your company, in which sector you would like to meet an Italian counterpart, and so on. So you can complete your profile and the platform can offer you matches in line with your objectives. More describe your company and more easy will be to meet your ideal partner. We recommend that you fill out your profile in English. That is the best solution. And then since the launch of the platform, we have registered more than 5,500 companies, 55% of which are Italian, and the remaining 45% are foreign companies from different sectors. There are more than 900 B2B meetings already organized and hosted in the platform, with more than 3,000 business matches proposed by the algorithm. We register more than 5,000 companies attending to our events and B2B meetings. In this slide, you can see the geographical distribution of almost 5,000 Italian and foreign companies. In this slide, obviously the Italian companies already registered, with the detail of regions and sectors of activities, both in Italy and in this slide in all the countries where the platform is already active. And then here in this last slide, you can see the partners of our initiative, the customer service contact, you can contact every day, and the link to sign up to the platform. You can also download the brochure, the platform presentation, my presentation, from the platform website, so businessmatching.cdp.it. At the end of the webinar, we will also show a brief video promo of the platform, and for any further information, you can contact us and we remain at your disposal. In conclusion, I would like to remember you that after this webinar, in the coming days, we will host within the platform digital B2B meetings among Italian and Vietnamese companies. All interested companies can still apply to participate free of charge in digital meetings by simply registering on the platform. Finally, I would like to thank again all companies attending today's webinar, the speakers, and all Italian and Vietnamese parts, in particular the Vice President of VCCI, the Italian Embassy in Hanoi, the Ambassador, for their support and fruitful collaboration. And last but not least, Carlotta and the rest of my team and all CDP colleagues for their effort and in organizing this event. Thank you very much. Arrivederci.
Thank you very much, Riccardo, for this very detailed presentation about the functioning of the CDP business matching platform that represents an important tool to promote economic and trade cooperation between Italy and Vietnam. After hearing about the platform, I would like to introduce the next and last panel What are the business opportunities and the financial instruments supporting investment and economic relations between Italy and Vietnam? Let me present you the first speaker of this panel, Mr. Fabio De Cillis, Director at the Italian Trade Agency office in Ho Chi Minh City. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for being here with us today. Dear Director, what is the current trade situation between Italy and Vietnam, and what is the role of the Italian Trade Agency in supporting the Italian companies abroad? Please, the floor is yours.
Grazie Carlotta. Good afternoon, everyone from Ho Chi Minh. My greetings and regards to the speakers and all the guests that are connected from Italy and Vietnam. As I am the Trade Commissioner of the Consulate General and the Embassy here in Vietnam, my role is to explain a little bit about the trade. It was mentioned before, the relationship between Italy and Vietnam is strong. We are the second partner within the European Union countries after Germany. Still, our quote in Vietnam is not that big, is around 0.5%, but we are growing. The intertrade last year was 6.2 billion, with a surplus for Vietnam of around 2 billions. This year is the international economy slow down, and the trade between Vietnam and Italy is not an exception, but the general trade of Vietnam with the rest of the world decrease of 12.8%. Our trade decreased of only 2.5%, meaning that we are doing proportionally better than before and much better than our competitor here in Vietnam. Which is the kind of collaboration and trade between Italy and Vietnam? We have two economies and trade categories very well interconnected. We export to Vietnam machinery, is our biggest export worldwide, and Vietnam is not an exception. Leather, textile, electric appliances, chemical, pharmaceutical, furniture, of course, clothes, meat. Then we have, of course, everything related to the food and wine. So the mythical 3F of Italian export in the world are strongly present here in Vietnam. The 3Fs, as you know, we are food, fashion, and furniture. On the other side, we import smartphones, computer, shoes, clothes as well, coffee, of course, transport means, and again, fishery product. The two economies are very well connected. For example, our export of leather clothing are imported in Vietnam, then they are manufactured here and re-exported to Italy as a finished product. This is a typical phenomenon, but here in Vietnam, in our trade with this country, is common as well. As such, the sector that are most useful and adapt for our company to export to Vietnam are machinery, is important. Deal with infrastructure. As we know, the Vietnamese government is working strong and effectively on the improvement on the infrastructure, is working strongly and finally on the renewable energy side in order to reach the decarbonization within 2050. Then agriculture, machinery, pharmaceutical, furniture, fashion, and even here the food, wine, everything so linked to the agriculture sector, and even the system to preserve the cold chain of the transport of the goods. All those sectors, of course, reflect which are our activity of Italian Trade Agency in Vietnam. Was mentioned before, Italian Trade Agency is the trade promotion section of the Embassy of Italy and Consulate General. We are based in Ho Chi Minh, but we cover all the country. So just for mentioning a few activities, we have 3 technological centers in Vietnam. We have a technological center about textile, technological center in the north nearby Hanoi of marble, and the technological center about leather. Technological center are those activities where we support the Vietnamese Company Association in using Italian machinery with the hope and the purpose, and they are working very well to the Italian machinery and then develop the local products using our technology. We have several exhibitions here in Vietnam. 2 weeks ago, we had the Vietnam booth. The Vietnam booth, the exhibition about woodworking machinery. We had 7 companies from Italy. The beginning of November, we have ProPac, is an exhibition we organize every year, and we have 22 companies coming from Italy. We are going to have Food and Hotel at the beginning of next year about food and wine. We are going to organize for the first time after 5 years Borsavini. Borsavini is an event of wine promotion organized by ITA, of course, with the support with the embassy and the Consulate General. I believe we're going to have around 30 companies from Italy. On the other side, as I mentioned, we are very strong in the machinery sector. We are pushing, especially since I came here, this is one of the targets I was given and I gave to myself on the consumer goods. We just finished a market research about jewelry. We just finished a market research about cleaning machinery. We are about to finish a market research, a very important one, on the agriculture machinery. All those activities, of course, are linked with the promotional activities we are here in Vietnam, and the promotional activities we have in Italy. One of the many things we do is sponsoring and supporting the Vietnamese buyer importers to go to Italy to attend the trade exhibition and linked to the sectors I mentioned. We have in Italy Oro Arezzo about jewelry, Vicenza Oro, shoes and leather here. We have exhibition about museum, about restoration, about machinery, about food. In Italy is going to be in April. There are many things we are doing to support the Italian company here, and at the same time, we do this working in strict connection, of course, with our institutional counterpart, but even with association, all the association of category that are here in Vietnam, and of course, BCCI, that is our natural counterpart here in the country. My time, I believe, is gone. So thank you, everyone. I'm here available in case there are some questions and there are any requests. I will be here waiting for those. Thank you so much. I give the floor back to Carlotta. Grazie.
Thank you very much for your speech and for having provided a broad overview of your activity. The Italian Trade Agency is a key player in the so-called country system, and we look forward to work with you more and more closely. Arrivederci. Let's stay in Vietnam with the next speaker. I'm pleased to leave the floor to Michele D'Ercole, President of the Italian Chamber of Commerce in Vietnam. President D'Ercole, the Chamber has a fundamental role in accompanying and consolidating relations between companies in the two countries, especially operating in Vietnam, a country that is the first economic partner of Italy in ASEAN, as several speakers said before. We are also eager to know your point of view. Please, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Carlotta. And of course, I want to be thanks to the organizer, CDP, CMEST, also our embassy here, our ambassador Marco Della Seta, and the Vice President of BCCI connected with us. Yes, the Italian Chamber of Commerce. I want to start briefly with just data about Vietnam. These data are just updated at the end of September. Even we already mentioned from the other speakers, the economic situation in Vietnam is a little bit slowed down this year. And we can see this data from the export and import that are 80% less and 30% less of the previous period of last year. But GDP is still positive, over 4%. And also the most important data regarding the foreign direct investment that reach over $20 billion, so increased 7.7% from the same period of last year. This mentioned that even the difficulties time, Vietnam still attractive foreign direct company here in Vietnam to invest. Another very important part is related to the FTA agreement. As also our ambassador mentioned, we have the FTA with Europe, but Vietnam signed over 16 free trade agreements with many other countries. But our FTA with Europe entered to force in August 2020. And since then, we have seen also the bilateral trade between Europe and Vietnam. Also, have you already heard before from Italy, Vietnam, with positive sign. So this is a consequence. How can Vietnam became always still more an open market? So about the ICHAM, the next slide, please. ICHAM starting the activities on 2008, and we have about 112 members, and the majority of these members are SMEs. Is typical, also not only for the Italian, business companies, but also in Vietnam is the same. And most of the company are located in Ho Chi Minh City, about 70%, but also Hanoi play an important role. We are committed full member of EuroCham. This is very important. Thanks to this very straight agreement with EuroCham, we can deliver a very important services beside the classical service that the chamber do to a company or partner research, organize seminar. Another very important activities is the connected with the provinces here in Vietnam, because beside Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, there are 63 provinces in Vietnam. Some of them are very active. Then we will collect also company can add this the platform. But the advocacy that the European Chamber of Commerce, EuroCham, do in Vietnam help a lot the companies, in this case also the Italian, to facing some problem that they can have on the bureaucracy side on many sectors, from the custom or for HR service, or even in the sector they are managing. And the EuroCham have over 19 sectors. Then they can provide these very important advocacy activities with high-ranking institutional governmental people here in Vietnam. The next slide, please. Just I want to give you an idea, which is the presence of, this is some of Italian company presence in Vietnam. So you have more or less, you can see we are the most important brands or company that Italian are ICHAM member, from, let's say, Piaggio, Ariston, Generali, or GV, or Datalogic, even the local Vietnamese company, because as you know, the Italian Chamber of Commerce is bilateral company. I mean, we help, of course, the Italian to do business in Vietnam, also the Vietnamese to do business to Italy. And you can see this Italian company cover many sectors, from logistics to agriculture to infrastructure, furniture, pharmaceutical, oil and gas, ANL are here, automotive. So this is important that we cover sectors that we can help also the Italian company or the Vietnamese company that matching the platform to help them to advise how can do business here in Vietnam. And then the last slide, because Carlotta, you asked about the opportunities, what's happened here in Vietnamese sector, where the Italian company can play a very important role, beside the famous sector or the traditional sector that already the director of Italian trade mentioned, where we locally sell and we buy on this sector. But other sector where Italy can play very important is all the sector related to the circular economy. So the wastewater treatment, the renewable energy, the energy transition, sustainability product, smart city, digital transformation. We just organized 1 month ago a seminar on sustainability, energy transition. And in this sector, Italian technology, Italian know-how, Italian knowledge can play a very important role. Next week, we have the Vietwater exhibition. As ICHAM, we have a couple of companies from Italy that will join. This is important to show to the Vietnamese how our technology, high-tech technology, as we know, in many sectors, start from machinery that cover many kind of fields, but especially this sector, all the circular economy 100% is very important. So we really hope that many Italian company and foreign Vietnamese company can join the platform also from this sector, because they can play a very important role here. And also education, culture, and heritage again, restoration, as already mentioned before, they're looking for Italian technology and knowledge in this sector too. So this is, in my opinion, where Italy can improve their presence here. And as Italian Chamber of Commerce, of course, together with the other institutions, we are very open to help them to have activities and business here in Vietnam. I stop here, and thanks for your attention.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your words and for your very interesting presentation. We believe that the role of your Chamber of Commerce is also fundamental for the success of our initiative in favor of Italian and Vietnamese companies. Let me now turn to how the role of finance is important in promoting sustainable development between Italy and Vietnam, leaving the floor to Pietro Loy-Donat, Senior Investment Officer, Development Finance at CDP. Pietro, good morning. What are the goals and the instruments of CDP as DFI and in supporting development finance initiatives? Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Carlotta. So CDP was established more than 170 years ago, and its original mission was supporting the Italian economy, mainly supporting the public administration, and therefore, given our age, we are probably one of the oldest public development banks. However, during the recent years, the mission evolved, and CDP today has a double role. Our original mission, which is the one to be the national promotional institution, with our mandate to keep supporting the Italian economy, the Italian municipalities and the companies in Italy, but also abroad. In fact, together with CIMEST, we support the export and internationalization of the Italian companies. But we have also a new role to be the development finance institution. So this is a completely new mandate, and the idea is to promote initiatives in emerging countries that contribute to the achievement of the sustainable goals and to the objectives of international agreements on climate. We started our activities in this field in 2018, so we are probably the youngest European DFI. So this is a bit a paradox, but precisely because we are still relatively young in this new field, we are eager to grow with ambitious goals. And to achieve our goals, we need the support of our partners. We need the support of the institutions, as was mentioned by Ambassador Della Seta in his speech. We need the Italian and the local companies all working together and assisting each other in developing this new activity. We are mandated, so we have the possibility to support both the public and the private sector, and in a bunch of emerging countries, needless to say, this is including Vietnam, one of our Asian main partners. And we can deploy our own resources for financing these activities, and this come back to Carlotta's question. So for this reason, I mean, I'm very proud to be here representing this new team, and I would like to thank all the colleagues and the honorable panelists of this webinar. The business matching platform is a significant opportunity for exchange between Italian and Vietnamese companies, and there are substantial synergies that we can promote with our activity of development finance, with our financing activity. Because in fact, what we do is to finance projects with our own resources. The products that we have, the financing solutions for our partners, are from a wide range. They include corporate loan, project finance. We can provide guarantees. We can invest in funds. So really, we have a basket of different financing solutions. The only things that we do not have yet is concessionals loan. So as our primary source of funding comes from the private savings in CDP, we need to defend the savings, so we cannot provide concessional loans. We lend at market rates. However, we have also the ability to blend our own resources with the resources from third-party donors. A clear example is the European Union. We have several project joint with the European Commission, where we can use their grants to mix with our own resources and be more competitive. Or such as the Green Climate Fund, which CDP is a partner. What are our targets? So we look at different sectors, and clearly climate finance is an absolute priority. Clear energy, energy efficiency, e-mobility, but it's broader than this, water treatment. But we also look at manufacturing, agribusiness, and SMEs. We cannot invest directly on SMEs, and this is why for this kind of transaction we need to intermediate by financing a financial institution that in turns on lend to SMEs. And this is also one of our priority. And I mean, to provide you with an example of transaction, we will announce in the coming days our very first transaction in Vietnam, where we are about to finance a private bank on the purpose of on lending to a combination of woman-led SMEs project and climate-related projects. So this is exactly an ideal candidate, an ideal transaction for our activities, and it will also be shared with some multilateral development banks partner active in the region. Just to conclude, I also wanted to mention the very last tool that is in the making, which is the Italian Climate Fund, that also will be launched, hopefully, in the coming days. The Italian Climate Fund is a fund contributed by the Italian government and managed by CDP. And it's pretty big. It's pretty big because we are going to manage 5 billion euros to be deployed in 5 years. And I think that there is a tremendous opportunities in the country, in Vietnam, for example, for deploying these funds that would need to be 100% climate related, but for the rest are flexible in terms of possible targets. So can be financing on public opportunities such as the Vietnam Just Energy Transition, but also on the private side. So I I think that this is another tool that really worth to mention as one of our financing opportunity going forward. Carlotta, over to you.
Thank you very much, Pietro, for having explored the framework of action of CDP, SDFI, so regarding the development finance, including Vietnam with a new operation and with a special focus on green and climate finance. And now, what about the SMEs? How can CIMEST within the CDP group provide help to Italian companies in Vietnam? I'm pleased to leave the floor to Francesca Alicata, Head of External Relations at CIMEST. Buongiorno, Francesca. Please, the floor is yours.
Good morning, Carlotta. Thank you very much for this important opportunity. My name is Francesca Licata, and I am the head of External Relations at CIMEST, that is part of Cassa Depositi e Prestiti. Our mission is to support the internationalization of the Italian company, especially SMEs. And we offer 3 lines of product to our Italian company that are soft loans, equity, and export credit support. About soft loans, we speak about loans to attend, for example, international fairs or international exhibition. So, for example, if there is an Italian company that want to attend international fairs or international exhibition in Vietnam can apply to our loan. We offer loans to entering, for example, foreign markets, also in Vietnam, or loans to have a temporary manager inside the company, or loans for consultancy, or loans to apply a digital and ecological transition. Those loans have in common some elements. For example, we offer a very to the Italian company a very low interest rate that is 10% of EU benchmark rates. So if the interest rate is 4.7, CIMEST will apply an interest rate of 0.147. Also, this kind of loans will not impact on in the central risk, and each company can apply directly to our website cimest.it. And for some companies that have some specific certification, we will offer a 10% of the contribution. Another line of activity of product that we offer is equity, and we can do a joint venture with an Italian company that need to have the majority share of the foreign company. CIMEST can have up to 49% of the share, and we can operate directly with our capital, and also with our venture capital fund that have a very low interest rate. And if the project it will be outside Europe, for example in Vietnam, we can give a contribution that is 2.5% on the banking loans that the Italian company ask to the banking system to buy their share. We can stay in joint venture with an Italian company for a period between 5 and 8 years. So we speak about a medium and long period. The last line of product that we offer is export credit with buyer with the supply credit. This kind of product is reserved just to the company that sell machinery, and in this case, we offer the opportunity to the Italian company to be very competitive, because we offer a financial. The Italian company can offer, with our contribution, the Italian company can offer a financial package to the foreign buyer that includes a payment deferral between 2 and 5 years and a very low interest rate. So with those 3 line of products, Siemens can do a very huge difference for the Italian company that want to do business, in this case in Vietnam. All of those products, you can find all of those kind of products inside the business, the platform of business matching. So thank you very much for your attention, and I remain at your disposal.
Thank you very much, Francesca, for having presented the financial tools of Siemens to support the SMEs abroad, SMEs that are the backbone of Italy, as President Salzano reminded before. Well, I would like to thank you all for your participation and for the interesting and useful insights. As we have come to the end of this event, I would like to remind everyone that on the Business Matching platform, you can get in touch with us to receive technical or business assistance, including on financial instruments, and of course, to start new B2B meetings. All companies already registered can organize these meetings by accepting the proposed matches that we'll find on their dashboard. In addition, I invite you to profile your company by indicating your goals and then to return regularly to the platform to check the match proposals and to organize the B2Bs you consider the most suitable. In conclusion, let me thank all the relevant stakeholders that are supporting our initiative: WCCI, the Italian Trade Agency in Ho Chi Minh City, the Italian Chamber of Commerce in Vietnam, and Confindustria. Let me thank our distinguished speakers, all the companies, and all those who contributed to the success of this event. I leave you with a short video of the CDP Business Matching platform. Thank you again. Arrivederci. Goodbye.
There is a smart way to increase your business and meet new Italian partners. Discover CDP Business Matching, the network that connects your company with Italian firms selected according to your business needs. CDP Business Matching is free and smart. Register now on businessmatching.cdp.it, select your goals, and meet the most suitable Italian partners for your business.
I think is an incredible platform. I think they're going to be able to connect a lot of people together. I myself have connected already through them, and I wait to see how many more partnerships and more businesses that I can do together through the platform.
CDP Business Matching allowed us to enlarge our business and consent us every day to be more competitive in foreign market, very complex and far.
Shape your network. Join now CDP Business Matching on businessmatching.cdp.it.